Ladies, ladies, I am here tonight on the show, and tonight I am going to talk about the freaking Game 7, ladies and gentlemen, between the freaking, what the fuck is happening tonight? The Game 7 between the freaking, what the fuck is? I mean, I beg your pardon. The Game 7, man, between the Philly Sixers and the Boston Celtics, man. This was a good ass game in the first half, man. It was a very physical game. It was only what I believe. What was it? The halftime score was at like 55-52. And then Boston just flat out destroyed them, man, in the second half, man. Jason Tatum, 51 points. Jaylen Brown, 25. And I told you those two guys were going to have a great game, right? I even predicted, Tatum could go for 30 and Jaylen Brown could also go for 30. They can combine for 60. They ended up combining for about 76 points with Tatum completely going off for 51 points and Jaylen Brown going off for 25, man. They completely destroyed him in that second half, man. There was a play like towards the end of the first half where one of the players, I believe it was George Niang, was pulling on the leg of Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown obviously got really mad, and they both got a technical foul. And I told my father, I'm like, that might set a fire under Celtics. They're gonna get motivated because of that. And in fact, they did, man. Completely destroy them in the second half, man. Jesus Christ, man. What a freaking game, man. But at the same time, man, I was so disappointed in Joel Embiid tonight, man. I really was, man. Timmy! Joel Embiid, I had him as like a top 3 player, possibly outside of Giannis, maybe the second best player in the league. I lost a lot of respect for him tonight, man. He took 18 shots, only made 5 of them, only 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 15 points. A terrible night for Joel Embiid, man. Wow, man, what a disappointment to end the season after winning the MVP. You lose like this, man. Jesus Christ, man. It was terrible, man. Tobias Harris, 19 points. PJ Tucker actually showed up offensively a little bit, 11 points. And then James Harden, man. James Harden choked bad, man. 9 points, took 11 shots, only made 3 of them. This was most likely James Harden's final game as a Philadelphia 76er. He's probably going to leave in free agency. He's probably going to want to... And he might have made a mistake because, I mean, at least now a shitty-ass team's going to have to overpay for him because no good team, no championship contender is going to pay Harden the max. I don't think so, man. I think his best years are behind him. The last 2 games, he was flat-out trash. I mean, I don't know what happens with James Harden now. I don't think unless he takes a pay cut, I don't see him going to a championship contender next year. If he wants the max, he's gonna have to go to a shitty ass team. But this was terrible, man. Harden going 3 for 11 with only 9 points. Joel Embiid going 5 for 13. Tyrese Maxey 5 for 12, 17 points. The Philadelphia 76ers flat out choked tonight, especially in that second half. I can't believe it, man. I cannot believe Joel Embiid went out like this, man. 5 out of 18, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 15 points. I just cannot believe the MVP of this league went out like this. On a 2-game, losing his final 2 games of the season. I think he had like like an average game in game, I believe he had like 26 points in game 6 at home. And then tonight only 15. I cannot believe this happened, man. I just cannot believe, man, what happened to Joel Embiid tonight, man. I'm not surprised with Harden, right? He's known for choking. But Joel Embiid, man, this was finally the year, right? They were recognizing him by rewarding him the league MVP. And then he chokes like these. The last 2 games, and especially tonight in a game 7. Wow, man. I just cannot believe it, man. I just cannot believe it. This might have been the final. Doc Rivers is going to get fired. If you got freaking Nick Nurse for winning a championship in 2019 getting fired, Frank Vogel, Mike Budenholzer for winning one in 2021, Frank Vogel for winning one in 2020, Ime Udoka is fired already for having a shoulder workout. Monty Williams is fired. Of course, they're gonna fire Doc Rivers. Wow, man. I think this was it for the Philadelphia 76ers, man. I think this was the final year for it. This was the final year for it. They're gonna lose Harden. I don't see Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. I don't think that's enough. I think the window closes. What a disappointment, man. Not only that you lost, the fact that you were up 3-2 with the chance to win this twice, once at home and then here on the road again, and you lose like this, you get blown out like this, and your two best players fucking combined for, what was it, freaking 24 points. Jaylen Brown scored 25 by himself. Of course, Jason Tatum scored 51. And these two idiots combined for 24. Wow, man. And if I'm Doc Rivers, stop taking coaching jobs, Doc Rivers. He's going to go to Milwaukee, Phoenix. I'm like, no. He's had his chance. Doc Rivers has had his chance. We'll see what happens, but I would not be surprised if this is it for Doc Rivers, man. With Orlando, Boston, Clippers, Sixers, and only one championship. And it took potentially 4 Hall of Famers in Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Rajon Rondo. It took 4 Hall of Famers to get him a championship. I don't think he's a winning. I don't think he's a. What if it's the 7th time he blows a 3-2 lead? If I was a championship contender, I would not hire Doc Rivers as my head coach. I just wouldn't, man. But just very disappointed in Joel Embiid tonight and James Harden. But most especially Joel Embiid for going out like this, man. I just cannot believe it, man. And Tatum, like I said, pat yourself on the ass. 51 points, took 28 shots, made 17 of them. Horford, 6 points. Marcus Smart, 7 points. Jaylen Brown, 25. Off the bench, Malcolm Brogdon with 12. But this was the Jason Tatum show, dropping a 50 chicken burger. We got the same finals since 2020, right? Miami, Boston, LA, Denver. Let's see what happens. I just cannot believe how they went out, man. I just cannot believe like this, man. This happened tonight, man. But until next time, I've been working hard. Holla. Excuse me. The fuck is happening?